Hey everybody, today is Friday, April 5th. Quarter one is over, so I'm going to do a quarter one review for you. Westlake Village, Thousand Oaks, uh, Simi Valley, and Moorpark. So let's see what has happened over the first quarter. All right, here is our little graph. And as you can see, let's go back to January. Westlake Village, the average sales price was a little bit over $2 million, almost 2.1 million. Thousand Oaks was 1,114,000. Simi Valley was 952,000. And Moorpark was just over almost under 1.1 million at 1,072,000. So then in February, we see Westlake Village drops a little bit. It goes down to 2,059,000. Thousand Oaks goes to 1,089,000. Simi Valley at 806,000, almost 807,000. Moorpark is almost at 927,000. All right, so we see changes, a little bit of drop in Westlake Village, a little bit of drop in Thousand Oaks, a significant drop in Simi, a significant drop in Moorpark. Now, when we go to March, the final month of the quarter, we see Westlake Village drop a little bit more down to 1.973 million. That's the average sales price. Thousand Oaks is at 1,217,000. So that went up a lot. Simi Valley is at 858,000, and that one was rising a little bit. And then Moorpark at 943,000. So that went up a little bit. All right, so then let's take a look at the price per square foot averages in the same cities. All right, so we go back to January. Westlake Village is 697. Thousand Oaks is 561. Simi Valley is at 474, and Moorpark is at 449. And then you see that in February, Westlake Village drops to 667 from 697. Thousand Oaks is at 541, which is a little bit of a drop. Simi Valley is at 478, which is a little bit of an increase, just marginally, nothing much. And then Moorpark does another marginal increase as well at 454. And then we jump to March. Now, March changes. Westlake drops to 642. Thousand Oaks jumps to 569. Simi Valley comes up to 520. And then look at Moorpark skyrocket up to $709 on average price per square foot at the end of March. All right, let's take a look at new listings. And we see that in January, Westlake Village had 55 new listings. Thousand Oaks had 50. Simi Valley had 99. And Moorpark had 26. And then in February, Westlake Village had a little bit of a drop in inventory down to 39. New listings came out. Thousand Oaks was 61. Simi Valley 94. And Moorpark at 30. And then it looks like it's a little bit flat in terms of inventory everywhere except Westlake Village. Westlake Village jumped a little bit to 50 listings. Thousand Oaks 64, Simi Valley 95, and Moorpark 29. All right, let's look at months of supply. Now, if you've been following my videos, you know that we have a very limited supply of inventory here in the Conejo Valley, Simi Valley, and Moorpark. Now, remember, a normal market is considered 6 months, 6 to 12 months of inventory. So in January, Westlake Village had 2.8 months of inventory. Thousand Oaks had 1.8. Simi Valley had 1.9. And, excuse me, Moorpark had 1.8. And then in February, Westlake Village, they went down not very much to 2.7. All the numbers seem a little flat. Thousand Oaks at 1.8, Simi at 1.9, Moorpark at 1.9. And then we see a little bit of an uptick, but still nothing major. 2.9 in Westlake, 2.1 in Thousand Oaks, 1.9 in Simi Valley, and 1.9 in Moorpark. These are all signals that we are in a very strong seller's market. All right, strong seller's market. And then let's take a look at days on market. This number will show us that in January, it took on average about, oh, let me switch that to average. That was the median. All right, here we go. On average in Westlake Village, it takes the seller about 69 days to be on the market to get sold. Thousand Oaks is about 50 days, 43 in SIMI Valley, and 33 in Moorpark in January. And then in February, Westlake Village climbs a little bit to 76. Thousand Oaks marginally almost the same at 49. And then SIMI Valley and Moorpark both start dropping. Now, remember, as interest rates come up, people start looking for more affordable housing. Simi Valley and Moorpark are much more affordable than Westlake Village and Thousand Oaks. And then we see in March, then we see the days on market tumble. In Westlake Village, it goes down to 39. Thousand Oaks drops to 30. Simi Valley drops to 28. And Moorpark drops to 30. And now typically March is the start of the spring selling season. So this is why you start to see the days on market drop, because regardless of what the interest rates were at, more buyers are coming out March, April, May than they were January, February. All right. So those are some how about shows per listing? This is a kind of a cool stat. It shows you about how many showings it takes before you get into escrow. Westlake Village was about 3 showings. Thousand Oaks was 9. Simi Valley is 3.6, and Moorpark was 3 in January. That's how many parties went through your house. They actually showed up. The agents showed the house. Then an offer came in from one of those. Either it was 3, 9, or 3.6 or 3. And then that's how quick it took you to get your offer in and accepted. Westlake Village in February was 2.5. Thousand Oaks was 1. That was very fast. Simi Valley is at 2.7 and Moorpark at 8. And then in March, we don't have a stat for Moorpark, but Westlake Village was 4.6 and 1.3 for Thousand Oaks and 1.7 for Simi Valley. Okay, so that's your quarter 1 review. The numbers are in. We are still in a very strong seller's market. Even though inventory has increased, we did see an increase in prices. We have seen a little bit of a decrease in days on market. Let me do a very quick review for you guys on also on the mortgage interest rates. Forgot to show you that. So today the 30-year fixed is at 7.01%. The 15-year fixed is at 6.45%. The 30-year jumbo is at 7.32%. The 7 and 6 SOFR ARM is at 6.75%. The 30-year FHA is at 6.45, and the 30-year VA is at 6.46. With regard to interest rates, I know that earlier in the year, the Fed said, "Oh, we're looking at 4 to 6 cuts within the next 12 months." And then at the last round, when the Fed chairman came up, he said, "Well, inflation is still on the rise. We still plan on making 2 to 3 cuts, but if inflation keeps going up, then we're not making any cuts." So buyers, sellers, listen up. From what I remember being a kid in the 80s with a very similar economy happening in the United States, interest rates ended up shooting up all the way up to like 17%. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, but what I don't think is going to happen are interest rate cuts anytime soon this year. With inflation reports coming in hot, job data seems to be growing for some reason, even though all I hear about is layoffs and cutbacks at all the big companies. I don't understand how the numbers work, but at any rate, the numbers are signaling that there won't be any interest rate cuts. So what you have to remember is if we stay this way and then next year they do start cutting interest rates, guess what's going to happen to prices? Prices are going to go up because there is going to be a much bigger pool of buyers that qualify for loans when the interest rates drop. So if you're in the market to buy and you're on the fence, get off the fence and let's get going and start buying now, because next year you're going to be paying a bigger price out of pocket. You might be getting a little bit less on the interest rate. It's going to be marginal. But the fact of the matter is, you're going to have to pay more money for the homes because there's not going to be a significant surge in inventory because there's still 80 to 85% of the market that's stuck in interest rate prison that has an interest rate lower than 4%, and they're not trading their 4% interest rate for a 7% interest rate. They might trade their 4% interest rate for a 5.5% interest rate, but until we get down to the low sixes, and then these banks and lenders start coming out with promotions that get us into the 5.5s, we're not going to see that. When that does happen, the market is going to surge, the prices are going to rise quick, and you're going to be in a multiple offer coming out of pocket, having to spend more. The appraisals aren't going to hit. There's going to be a whole bunch of consequences. Buy now. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'm Josh Brenner with Compass right here in Westlake Village. Thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget, if you like information about real estate, please like and subscribe to my channel. And as always, remember to get some exercise today, guys. Yeah. Have a good day. Bye.